Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan about low carb cocktails. This week I decided to extend the series on double oak whiskeys with one that I'd kind of held off on buying, but I eventually decided to go ahead and get it because there was a store pick at one of the local grocery stores. Stay with me as we delve into yet another double oak whiskey and a great cocktail to have with it. Hello and welcome to Ask Alan about low carb cocktails. This week we are going to review Starlight Double Oaked. This is a bourbon, and this was a pick from a local Hy-Vee, and it comes in, instead of the 103, 106 proof that normally the Starlight Double Oaked comes in at, this one comes in at 117.2. So that is one that we'll do a quick check on and see whether it is something that you might want to get. I had been holding off on getting things from Starlight. I really didn't know how good they might be, and they were ones that I just didn't get an impression that they were going to be great. But I ended up picking up because I'm going to do a series on cigar blends. They make a cigar blend, so I thought that I'd get that as one of the many that I picked up to do that series in, which hopefully will be after the first of the year. I have a couple ideas of things to do in 2026, but this one, thought that I'd grab it because it was on sale for a decent price at the local Hy-Vee. So I got this there, and we'll try this and see what we think of it. But before we get to that, I wanted to point out this t-shirt. This t-shirt is from a local Cedar Rapids liquor store. It's actually not just a liquor store. It is actually, I think they consider themselves they consider themselves a retail store, not just a liquor store. They do sell other Iowa products, and of course things beyond Iowa, but they do concentrate on getting in certain things from Iowa. And they have some meats and cheeses and different beers and ales and a number of different things. I go in there to check out their bourbon and rums and things like that. And I've gotten a few things there. And in fact, the Peerless rye, I believe that was one that I picked up from them. So they do have a great selection. I told them I would wear this shirt in one of the videos and talk about them a little bit. They're just off of C Avenue if you're in the area. There's a big shopping center by C Avenue and Boysen Road in that corner. So it's kind of back behind the first set of stores, and it's back a little bit. So check for it. Again, Local Craft Cellar. Great place to check out, and especially on Thursdays when they get their shipment from the Iowa Alcohol Beverage Division. That's when they'll have a broader selection of things. So check them out and tell them that you heard about them from here, and it is a great place to check out. So go ahead and go there. Anyway, enough of that. We will do a quick check of this Starlight Double Oaked. And again, this was a Hy-Vee pick. The normal double oaked from Starlight I'd seen online, and I'd seen 106 to 103 depending upon which barrel it comes out of. But this one was 117.2. So it's got a decent nose. It's not real heavy on the nose. I get some cherry, maybe some butterscotch, like butterscotch candies. Little bit of vanilla, possibly a little bit of an apple smell. I'd seen someone say that they got graham crackers. I don't get that. And they also said honey, but I actually don't get that either. But I definitely do get some vanilla and some cherry, a little apple, and a definite butterscotch smell. So try this and see what it is on the palate. So I think this is probably a little hotter than what the other ones might be, just because it's a little higher proof. It does bite a fair amount. There's definitely some spices, maybe some cinnamon. The apple taste is a little bit there, but there's quite a bit of oak here. It is a double oaked, and I'd read that Starlight bourbons tend to be somewhat oaky. So this has got a pretty high oak taste on it. There's some vanilla, but the higher proof on this one kind of washes that vanilla out a little bit. It's just there kind of in the background. And the finish, I think that it's not really a real long finish, but it is fairly decent. Definitely you get a kind of a leathery and an oaky taste for a finish. It's decent, especially this particular one, which is again a Hy-Vee pick. It's a little higher proof, the 117.2 rather than the low hundreds, low to 103 to 106 is what I'd seen online for non-store picks. And so those will be a little bit lighter, maybe on the taste, a little less proof on the palate, but not bad. Definitely worth the sub $50 price that I paid. I think that a lot of the ones online were over 50, like in the mid 70s or so. I don't think that I would pay that much for this. I think that this is around a $50 bottle or less is a reasonable price for this. And this is the store pick, and I think that works out well. So what I was going to do, on their website for Starlight, they had something called the Fix. And this was not called out as a double oak bourbon drink. It was just their regular whiskey. But I thought I'd try this with the double oak and see how that comes out. Now, the first thing about this is it has an optional flamed Angostura bitters in the ingredients. And they don't really explain what they mean by flamed Angostura bitters. So I went online and I looked, and I saw a way to do flamed Angostura bitters. And in that case, what they said was to take a sugar cube and muddle that with like 6 drops of Angostura bitters, or 6 dashes, and then spread that around on, actually not in the mixing cup, but in the final cup you're going to use. Spread that around, and then use a match or something to flame that, and then squeeze the orange peel over it. Now I'm going to do that after making the drink because I want to have that fresher taste on the flamed bitters. So in a mixing glass, we will put 2 ounces of the Starlight whiskey, and in this case it's the double oaked. And I've talked about it before, but I've just found this OXO little 2-ounce measuring cup to work great for making cocktails. If you're a bartender, you want to do it faster, so you're going to want to use jiggers, but this is what I've been using because it works really well. A bar spoon of maple syrup, and I'm using this sugar-free maple syrup, which has basically no carbs. Just a hair amount of carbs in the amount that you would actually use. So for this bar spoon, it's going to be nothing. Then a bar spoon of vanilla syrup. And I have this set up for coffee, and I'm almost out, but See if I can get about a bar spoon. That's less than a squirt. And 3 to 5 dashes of walnut bitters. And then mix that. Stir 10 to 15 seconds. Just cool this down, and I'm not going to stir it quite as long because I'm going to. Otherwise, you might want to do the glass before making the drink, but I wanted to do it the other way to retain the smokiness. So put in not too much, just enough to coat inside the glass, but probably 5, maybe 6 dashes of Angostura bitters. Kind of roll that around. And I'm not using the additional sugar because I don't think it's necessary. And before I flame that, I want to get the orange peel ready. And then express this in there. If you're using sugar, it's going to probably flame better. And it'll stick better to the sides of the glass. I need to refill that. And then just throw the orange peel in there. And then strain the mixture into the glass over a large ball of ice. Then I would stir that to get that Angostura mixed in. And if you want to, you could add a cherry or even a slice of orange for a garnish, but we've got the garnish, the orange peel in there. So that is the fix. Interesting. You taste that smokiness from burning the Angostura bitters, and the nutty taste from the black walnut bitters. Not too bad. It actually could probably use a little bit of sugar for the sweetness, or if you're using maple syrup that is not zero sugar, then you'll have a little more sweetness from that. But putting if you use artificial sugar, I don't think that is good for flaming. It doesn't burn as well. It will work if you use Splendo or allulose, but not nearly as well. So again, we're doing low carb, so we used we didn't put the sugar in, but if we would have, I would have used either Splenda or allulose. But this is a decent drink. And a little bit of the meltage in the ice is going to help the flavors a little bit. It kind of dilutes the proof down a little and makes this a decent drink just to sit around and chat with friends or do whatever you're going to do. This episode is airing in December, so you just came off of Thanksgiving and you're going to be having people around, I assume, for Christmas. So this would be ideal just to sit around and chat. So what I want you to do is let me know if you try this. Just add some comments down in the comment area. Like and subscribe and do all those great things. check out the cocktail, and if you can get this bourbon or use any of the other double oak bourbons, this one's not at the top, but it's one that's worth the $50-ish range for cost. I don't know if I'd spend the $75 range, which I'd seen it online, but it's not bad. It's one that you're probably going to enjoy. So check it out. Check out the cocktail. It's a decent cocktail, and let me know what you think. Again, like and subscribe and do all those good things. And if you could comment, especially if you try this, let me know what you think. Or if you've got ideas about how to improve this cocktail or how to do it differently or anything that you think might make this a little bit better, then go ahead and let me know. I think that the comments probably also help to get the video out there to people, so that's a good thing, help to build the community. And definitely, as we're in this season of family and friends getting together, or even if it's a different time of year, it's always good to have a good cocktail to have as you're sitting around with your family or friends, just to sit back, relax, and have a great time together. So do that, and have a great week, and a great Christmas, as that's coming up in a few weeks. And let me know anything you think about this particular video or any of the videos that I've done, so you can help me to improve what I'm providing for you guys. Thanks, and have a great day.